Welcome to the Olympic Hockey Show, brought to you by the Purple Rain Podcast. I forgot to do the greeting on the last episode. Well, hang on, wasn't the last episode we were all too wound up? Yep, well there you go then. The situation's just getting critical. It is. Well, we're going to do something nice today, and we're going to talk about Team USA's coaching staff. Yeah, because obviously, we haven't really been able to do that, have we? No, it's like trying to keep track of when each team announces theirs and all that. I know. But we're going to do Team USA today. And I think I'm really excited for what we've got behind the bench for Team USA. Oh, I'm really impressed. Obviously, I've had a first chance to see that in action, obviously with the Rivalry Series. And I was not expecting a dominant performance by Team USA in the Rivalry Series. I'll tell you that now, guys. I just generally was not. I was so surprised, but also leads at the same time. Obviously, we didn't really do that well in Beijing, so the pressure's going to be on us to really do a good performance. And I'm really excited for what we've got coming ahead. I'm really excited. Right. Yep. So let's get that now. We can go through it. Right, so I'll be running you through the bench staff for TSA. So the head coach is going to be John Warblowski, with assistant coaches Shari Dickerman, Brent Hill, and Josh Sky. Plus goaltending coach Ali Upman. And of course, these have been in place since 2023. Yeah, so obviously in Beijing, TUSA doesn't really perform as well as they could have done. That goal match was a bit like a lead balloon. So the program kind of feels, right, we need to make a change. Something has to be done. We're going to need to be better. And the turnaround was extraordinary, because obviously in 2023, we win the World Championships for the first time since that controversial match in 2019, which I know Tessa and Julia love to still bang on about. Seriously, girls, let it go. It's nearly been 7 years now. Let it go. I know, right? Like, we have to do that every time we watch the Ubers, we don't know who won. We have to then basically let it go eventually. No. And I just let it go. Alright, okay? I know you're Canadians, but seriously, let it go. It says that it's been a complete turnaround. We also won the gold medal of the World Championships this year in Prague. It was a tough loss in 2024 on home soil. But the program it's always like a light is flicked, and it's a completely different team than what we've seen since the last Olympics, which of course was the last time we had women's hockey to watch this household before the PHL was created. Yeah. Because we'd never been able to follow the World Championship. We didn't even know they existed before the PHL came to play. Yeah, that's how bad the BBC's coverage has been when it comes to the Olympics. No wonder they've lost the Commonwealth Games. Don't go there. Don't you go there. Don't go there. So John Warblowski is going to be the head coach for the USA's Olympic women's hockey team for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan-Cortina. So he has been the head coach of the US women's national team since August 2022. So not long after those World Championships. Yeah. In that role, he led the team to its first women's World Championship since 2019, and they won the 2023 IHF Women's World Championships in April that year. Worski has also been a part of USA Hockey's national team development program on the men's side and been a professional hockey coach in the minor leagues. Before he became a coach, he was a player for the inaugural USA Hockey NTDP in 1997, and he also skated 4 years with the University of Notre Dame and played 4 years as a professional with ECHL's Fresno Falcons, where he recorded 125 points in 273 games. Worski will be supported, as been mentioned, by assistant coaches Shari Dickerman of Richmond, Brent Hill of Hamden, and Josh Sieber of Westland. And goaltending coach Ali Altman of Egan. And that system has been in place since 2023. No. So, what are we making then of this of our coaching stuff? How are we feeling as we head closer towards Milan? Confident. Yeah. And I feel like, because obviously I have had the opportunity to watch this in action with the Rivalry Series, I feel like I've got confidence going in to Milan-Cortina, because the way that the US has dominated this series was just incredible, and I feel like the net money is really solid. Like, I mean, I know you George was saying you think I think I've got the 2 net miners locked in for Team USA. I think it will be Aaron Frank of the Boston Fleet and Gwen Phillips of the Ottawa Charge. That's who I feel is going to be the 2 that will be backstopping the US. Obviously, for me, the question is, who's going to be that third person, just in case something was to happen and we need to have a backup for the 2 main netminers. Yeah, that's where I think the battle is probably going to be. Yeah, so I think I'm confident in those 2. And if Anne Frankel, I said it before, I'll say it again, if Anne Frankel plays in Milan the way she has played so far in Boston this season, watch out, USA. Yeah, I think we've got a very good chance of getting the gold, because she's best been incredible for the Boston Fleet so far. But she's probably the reason why they are the ones to beat right now, and probably will be early picks for a World Cup. Yeah, because it's been hot. It's only one team's managed to beat Boston so far. You're looking at it. Yep. Yeah. I mean, this guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to coach with. He's coached them to 2 World Championship golds. What was it in 24? Silver. It was a heartbreaking fashion. Oh, okay, so he knows how to coach championship teams. So he knows, and he's already got experience with a lot of the players that will be going to Milan. So I think this sounds really good. It's not that we've got a complete unknown. Because he's had 3 years now under the bench. So clearly knows what he's doing. I think we've got a very good job. Yeah, because obviously everyone's going to go into Milan-Cortina expecting obviously US Canada be the ones that are going to contend for gold. Although I'd say keep an eye out for Finland, because I checked the other day. Finland, since we've been involved with the women's game since 2010, there's only been one time that Finland has not got bronze, and that was in Sochi. Wow, became 5th. I can't remember who got the bronze that year, but wow, that's only one of the Olympics that we've been involved with the women's game has Finland come outside the bronze. So I would not rule Finland out of a medal. I also would not rule Czechia out of a medal, because those for the last few years have been the ones that have dominated the World Championships. Yeah, and particularly the male side. So, but we'll come to Finland another time. Yeah. So how impressed were you, lady, with Rivalry Series? How impressed were you as a coach? Very impressed. I mean, because I wasn't expecting it to be so dominant, but clearly the way he's coached this team has meant that we've seen a more confident team than we saw in Beijing. Yeah, because it was. I mean, there were times when they were great in Beijing, but it got to the gold medal match. It was like, I mean, if you had to ask me to rank the previous 4 gold medal matches I've seen so far, I'd probably rank that as the worst, because it wasn't as impactful as as it could have been. You know, it wasn't as ecstatic, energetic as these finals normally would be. You know, it wasn't like the 2018 one we had 4 years prior. You know, it was you kind of just took control of the game for the puck drop, and the US just couldn't find a way to just get in or chip at the armour. It was just like a fortress, and they just stood strong. So I can't argue Canada winning that gold in 22. Yeah, and also obviously we were still in the thick of COVID. We just felt, well, we'll take what we can get right now. Yeah, in terms of what? Yeah, wasn't it not our debate we came out of COVID? Yes. Yeah, I believe, remember rightly, the UK did not come out of COVID restrictions fully until after Easter of that year. We were, by that point, all restrictions had been lifted. But basically, so that in the summer, the football hooligans could go and again get pissed. Because there was a World Cup that year, wasn't there? Yeah. So basically, they got all lit by summer, so the football hooligans could go and get absolutely fucking pissed. And get on my tits. Because you hate football with a body passion. Yeah. Oh, God. So basically, next year, we get the Winter Olympics to have fun. And then the summer, they get the World Cup to go and get rawly pissed. Yeah. So if we've got any films coming out this summer, stay away from the pubs. Yeah, we have. Oh yeah, Toy Story! Oh, right, Carl takes Slinky lots of Weatherspoons. I was trying to think, what films have we got coming out this summer? It's like, oh, that. Yep, so can't go to Weatherspoons with Slinky and Lotso. Oh, shame. Yeah, so I think I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far from what I've heard from you, lady. I feel confident. I think we've got a really good chance with this coaching stuff. I think. Would I go in and say we're definitely going to win the gold? No, because I know full well from. But the previous Olympics I've got on my belt, you can't go and be certain of that. You can probably be certain you're going to be the gold medal match, but we just don't know what kind of teams we're going to get. We get to Milan, and that's the excitement of this game. You can say on paper that we think, oh, these teams are going to be it. But then, when we play the games, it's a different story. Yeah, it's a bit like how so far this season, Seattle and Vancouver have not been the monsters everyone feared they're going to be. Obviously on paper, you look at the Golden Eyes and Torres Rossi thing, these two teams easily could be the World Cup finalists of 2026, right? So far, they have struggled. Yeah. They really have. Well, Vancouver has still yet to win a road game. Yep. They've still yet to win it on the road. And their next game is a take-a-tour game, but they are classed the home teams against us. And it's just they're classed the home teams, so that will not count. That will not count. Now, because that will go down on their home record, not the road record. Yeah. So, and if you want to be a contender for winning the World Cup, you have to be able to at least find ways to win on the road. Yep. Well, as we saw, you only need to at least win. As we saw in both our championship matches, you only need to win at least one road game to put yourself in a chance. Because obviously, in both of our semi-final and final series, we've only ever won one road game. So, in each of them. So, there you go. So, yeah, but yeah, so I think Seattle has got lots of room to improve. Because I've been impressed with a lot of what the Torin have done. Yeah, particularly on their special teams. Okay, the chemistry is still not there yet, but I think the Torin, I think they've got the better potential of the Golden Eyes, and which I didn't think I was going to be saying that. No, I thought if I was going to say one was a better chance, I think it would have been the Golden Eyes. But I have been really impressed so far with Seattle, what they've done so far. And who knows, they could be something dangerous to watch when we get closer to crunch time in sort of March, April. Yeah, could be. Yeah. No, but I'm really excited for our coaching staff in Milan. I'm really excited, and I feel we've got a very high chance to maybe do well. We could come win the medal, we might not come win the medal. We can't say for certain, but I think you can go confident and say that we've got everything we need to win. Yeah. The question is, how will we go? Will we fare when it comes to the actual games? Yeah, because everyone's going to favour us to be in the gauntlet match. I would not be surprised if the group stages play out a bit like they did with this year's World Championships in Prague. Yeah, so obviously for Milan, we are in the exact same group as we had in Prague. So again. Yeah, so you did not. So Czechia, Finland, Switzerland, Canada, that's our group. So yeah, so I agree with you, I wouldn't be surprised if it does put... Yeah, so our group match against Canada could be the one that determines who wins Group A. Now, that doesn't really matter much, because everyone for Group A, including Switzerland, all go through to the knockouts regardless. The question would then be, well, who do we then face in Group B that could then be a problem? Right, because obviously we don't know what Group B is going to be like. Right, so we could end up getting somebody from Group B who actually was a real run for money. Because remember in the semis, Czechia actually led 1-0 after the first period. They did in that semi-final, and that was like we were shocked by that, weren't we? We just couldn't believe it. No, already Czech. Yeah, so I would not. Yeah, so I think we've got a really high chance. I like our chances. Obviously, the question is, what's going to happen when we get these games played, and of course, what arenas are we going to be playing in? No, don't bring that. We've already covered it enough as it is on the show already. Yeah, but really excited. Yeah, really excited. Because obviously, chances are going to be high. Expectations are going to be high on USA, especially as we know that obviously this is Hillary Knight's last Olympics. Do it for Hillary. Yeah, it's going to be that man. There's going to be that mantra running for the team, and I actually do think there is a very high chance that we could do well. Yeah. I think we've got a really good coach. I think we're going to do very well. But the question is, how well we'll do, we'll come to that when we get to Milan. Yeah. Because this easily could be a USA roster that could be stacked with players that could easily win the gold medal. But then, well, it kind of feels like 2002, which is what a lot of people in the doctors would say. So Tess and Julia brought it up, Courtney Kennedy's brought it up. You know, where USA, they dominated in the run up to 2002, but obviously Canada took the gold. Yeah. So, are we seeing that again? Because so far in the run up to 2026, USA have dominated, and then could Canada turn the screw? Yeah, could do. Yeah, that's why I've been saying with these results of Origins, which you've told us about, I've been saying this is painting a false narrative, because for all we know, come February 19, Canada could easily steal the gold from us. Yep. So I mean, everybody for what they see is probably going to expect USA to win the gold, but we're like, yeah, we're not putting off Cells and the Mast on that. We know we've got a good chance to win the gold, but we also expect a really good fight from Canada and the other teams who want to try and stop us in the way from getting there. Because there's a long way before it gets gold about that. I know the group stage is going to go quickly. After that, you then got quarters, you got semis, you have to get through. So, but I think we've got a really exciting lineup coming up away with this bench stuff. I'm really excited for that. So, I'm really pleased. I'm so pleased. And the Rivalry Series is going to be confidence. So, let's bring on. Let's bring on.